Shalom, Shtibel Wonder Gardeners. This is Rabbi Ben coming to you again for your next preparation video for the Shtibel Wonder Garden Academy. So today we will be talking about our next gathering, which is this Saturday, the 9th of December, and we're going to be talking about truth. Emet is the word in Hebrew. And if you look on our in-depth curriculum page, shtibel.net/SWGA in-depth, number 6, which is today's topic, Emet, truth, we're going to be talking about the Parshiot, the Parshas in the Torah of Toldot and va-yeshev, which are the stories of Jacob, which Jacob is Isaac's son, and Jacob is a sort of a very complex character, but he ends up becoming named Israel, and he's really the number one forefather of all of the Jews. And we are called the children of Israel, the children of Jacob. So he's a very important character, and Jacob fools his brother Esau and tricks him into giving him his birthright for a bowl of lentils. And then later he tricks his father Isaac into giving him Esau's blessing. And interestingly, he's associated with the concept of truth. And so I end up with this question: why is the man who lied to his brother, meaning Jacob, eventually associated with truth? It's a really great question. I'm interested to hear what your guys' thoughts are on that. It also fits into the structure of the sefirot, the emanations from God that I've talked to you guys about before. Chesed was the first one, which was we talked about last time. Chesed and Gevurah. Chesed is love, Gevurah is judgment, and truth, or Tiferet, which is associated with Jacob, is the balance of love and judgment. So I'd also be interested in hearing from you guys why you think that truth is a balance between love and judgment. Then we have a bunch of texts again on truth. These texts can be found at shtibel.net/texts truth, TEXTSTRUTH. And the password, as always, is WONDER, WONDER, and you log in and you'll find a whole bunch of texts on truth. I encourage you to read these texts, and in particular, the texts here, this one here from the Talmud, which says, Rabbi Zeira said, a person should not say to a child, I will give you something, and then not give it to the child, because the child will be taught to lie. So that's one quote there. Here's another one from the Talmud. Teach your tongue to say, I don't know, unless you be caught in a lie. So truth is seen as very important. That being said, there are texts that talk about when it's okay to lie, and usually the times that it's okay to lie are the times that is saving somebody's feelings. And there's a text here that says, if I can find it, to avoid insulting someone, you are allowed to tell a white lie. So, and that also goes with a text, which I don't think I included here, about Hillel, who said that when you are dancing before a bride at a wedding, you shouldn't say that the bride is ugly. Even if the bride is ugly, you should say she's beautiful. It's a very famous text from Hillel, and there's actually a song called Ketzad Merakdin, which is when you dance in front of the bride. And so there are some occasions, a few occasions, where it's okay to tell a white lie, and all of those surround saving somebody's feelings and not insulting somebody. So we're going to be talking about that. There's a article from My Jewish Learning here on truth and lies in the Jewish tradition. It can be found at myjewishlearning.com/article/truth-and-lies-in-the-Jewish-tradition. And I encourage you to read this as well. This has many of the quotes that I've or some of the quotes that I've mentioned, plus many more. And then if you go back to the in-depth curriculum page, you'll see there's some other quotes we'll be talking about. Dancing Before the Bride, as I mentioned, Ketubot 17a. The seal of God is truth. So what does that mean? And there's also, sometimes they say that one of the names of God is truth. So I encourage you to think about what that means to you. And finally, we are going to be also talking about Hanukkah on Saturday. Our Hanukkah party, which was supposed to be on the 15th of December, I have decided to cancel and just celebrate Hanukkah with you guys this Saturday. So we'll be talking a little bit about the real story of Hanukkah, what Hanukkah actually means, and I might actually be persuaded to share some of my Hanukkah Harry stories. I wrote a book of stories called The Legend of Hanukkah Harry, and I made up a sort of a legend for Hanukkah Harry involving Star Wars and the Star Wars characters and Han Solo. And given that the new Star Wars movie is coming out in about a week and a half, it's an interesting parallel. And also there's a lot of parallels between Star Wars and Hanukkah. Star Wars is about a group of rebels fighting against a great empire, and same thing with Hanukkah. And Hanukkah, the Maccabees are fighting against the Seleucids, and in the Star Wars series, they're fighting against the Empire. The Rebel Alliance are fighting against the Empire. And it's also about dark and light. This time of year, darkness is increasing. During our days, our nights are increasing, and our days are getting shorter. And so Hanukkah is all about lighting lights in the darkness, and Star Wars as well is about the light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force. So we're going to be talking also a little bit about Hanukkah. So I encourage you to read the texts that I mentioned, and also I created a quiz for our Thanksgiving session, which we had in November, our last session. That is on the Shtibel quiz page, which is shtibel.net/quest. And if you go there, you'll find at the top of the page is, it's not loading right now, but you'll find at the top of the page is the quiz about Thanksgiving. So I would like you also to take that quiz. Pretty soon I'm going to be making a survey for your experience in the school, and to try and improve your experience and make Shtibel School better, because Shtibel School Wondergarden Academy is really an experiment, and each session we're trying to make it better and better. And I would really appreciate when I send that out, you guys all filling that out so that we can make it a better experience for everybody. Thanks a lot, and happy Hanukkah, and I'll see you on Saturday. Take care.